I'm dead. I actually just died. Terraria has always been pretty easy for someone like me. I mean, even on the harder difficulties, the game doesn't really pose much of a challenge. Maybe I'm just the greatest.
Stop the cap.
Or maybe we need a harder challenge. So I increased the enemy spawn rate by 30 times and limited my player to 1 life. If I die, it's over. And I didn't expect this challenge to go well, but I also didn't see it going so terribly. By the way, this is the later part of the challenge. If you haven't seen the first episodes, don't even worry, because hard mode is where this challenge really starts. The first thing I wanted to do was go break demon altars, so I went to the corruption to see if I could get the job done. Oh, dude, why are they everywhere though? Now that we were in hard mode, there was a lot more mobs and different mobs that we didn't see before, and they were scary. World feeder? Yo! Like, there was just no way I could break demon altars right now. But I had a different plan. So I headed to the snow biome and searched for enemies to kill there, because there's a 1 out of 300% chance that any mob I kill there will drop the Amrock yo-yo, which is like the ultimate cheesing weapon. I think yo-yos are definitely gonna be the best option for cheesing mobs. Later on, I ended up setting up NPC housing there, which decreases enemy spawn rate if you didn't know. You know, which I thought protected me, but once it was night, yo, things got a little messy. Okay, it is officially night. Wraiths, eyeballs can get in too. And we ran. Dude. But I was able to return the next morning and continue farming, and I had high hopes. Why is this shit taking so long? I was hoping I could just kill like the pre-hard mode mobs in the ice biome, but hollowed mobs just took over the entire place. I don't even watch you guys, bro. I want the slimes. While here, we also got a mechanical worm summon, a fast clock, and a megaphone, which are all great items we're gonna need later, so that was cool. But after a couple more days of waiting and just burning these mobs alive, I ended up getting the weapon. Oh, there it is. Alright, I could already tell this is gonna be huge. It's just gonna make killing mobs way easier, and I'm all for it.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, one of my biggest strategies to defeat this challenge is to sleep every night. My ass gotta be in bed by 9:30. At night, there's just way too many dangerous mobs that spawn, and I didn't want to take any chances, so my plan was just to sleep every night away. But it actually turns out this strategy was not safe either, and I got very lucky I didn't die here. Yo, Wraiths! Wraiths attacked and surrounded me while I was sleeping. There's one behind me too. The damage is actually really good on those guys. And if I wasn't looking at my screen, I probably would have died here. Well, good thing I just put my bed up higher. The game devs did y'all dirty. So we were back in business. Once it was morning, I went back to the snow biome to farm for money. With the NPC housing there, hostile mob spawns were decreased, and the rate of friendly mob spawning increased. So I was able to go to town on these penguins and just capture them up. And after selling these penguins to my sketchy looking NPC, I was able to start the first phase of my gear up plan, blow everything the fuck up. Yep, you heard me right. So why am I doing this? Well, basically, I need some sort of arena to actually kill mobs and gather loot underground. But if I just go down my elevator, I'm very likely to die. So I'm just gonna blow everything up in like a 100 block radius of my character. That way nothing can really attack me, and I'll just have a huge area to farm up for loot, which should be the safest way to gear up here. But anyway, soon enough we hit the underground layer, which was now infested with new mythical creatures since entering hard mode. One of these creatures being the mimic. Okay, that's a mimic that drops a plethora of loot that's overpowered for early game. And this mob would be our key to cracking this challenge open. Anyway, I ran out of dynamite, so I went back to the snow biome to collect more money when a blizzard happened and this dude spawned. Oh! That's a big boy. And I was able to pack this dude up. Dude, what the heck? But he started hacking, like straight up shooting through walls. And I honestly could have died here, but I ended up doubling up my layers to make sure he didn't cheat again. And my yo-yo made finishing him off easy.
Yes.
A singular frost core. Alright, not bad, not bad. But a snowstorm meant there was also a rainstorm in the forest biome. And during this event, these little cloud dudes spawned. That kind of remind me of like those Mario characters. But anyways, by farming up these guys, they could drop a weapon that is perfect for farming, which is exactly what we need. And because of the crazy spawn rates, I could basically farm these guys infinitely. You know, sometimes this challenge is actually easy. The game just makes it easy on me. And of course, they dropped the weapon, which conveniently also helps me sleep at night, protects me from wraiths, and also gives me like good dreams. Anyways, after that, I went to my giant hole to work on my arena. Here we go, here we go. And as I'd find out here, arenas in this challenge are kind of nutty. Yo, dude, this farm is already efficient as hell. Hey, slimes don't do any damage to me. I got the royal gel on, so I'm chilling. Dude, there's 3 mimics on me just right now. All right, come on, little fellas. And already with this farm only being up for like a singular second, we already had every single drop a mimic can offer. I mean, I had no idea the farms are going to be this busted. Anyways, and then went to go collect corrupted blocks and hollowed blocks so I could actually put them in the farm and get souls of night and light, which were going to be very important for many crafting recipes in hard mode. I got the hollowed blocks really easy, but the ebon stone was definitely a lot harder for me. Bro, the corruption is so bad, bro. But if you recall a moment from episode like 3, where I recruited slimes to help me build in the corruption, I basically did the same thing again. I went so high up, only slimes could spawn, and then I collected them and brought them down with me, and they basically just filled up the spawn cap. So I was able to mine the ebon stone pretty easy. Then I went to my arena to place all this goopy gup. I wasn't sure if like corrupted mimics and hollowed mimics would spawn and just like kind of instantly kill me when I was doing this. But it all went pretty well for the most part, except we blew up our entire farm by accident. All right. No, I'm just kidding. I made the entire farm too high up, so I had to blow it up and remake it. But after like a painstaking 30 minutes of rebuilding this thing, bro, I see every color of the rainbow right now. Our next objective was to sit here and let the farm do its thing and collect up some souls. Oh, I got a desert key. Hold up. Got another desert key. That's another desert key, okay. Hollowed key. Alright, now we have souls, boss summons, biome keys, and ink shield accessories, which we're going to be using all of later. But the next thing I want to do is I want to go get armor. And the way I'm going to do this is pretty genius. So the first thing I did is made my way towards the desert biome, which inconveniently was pretty crazy. Damn, mummies really spawn like that. This is actually so messed up, dude. But I set up a nice little shack and started fishing there, because I was after the magic conch, which would allow me to bypass the jungle and teleport directly to the ocean biome. That way we could find the shimmer biome. So I got the magic conch, went over to the beach biome, and I immediately headed underground with the danger sense and calming potion activated to help me on my way. This is like a mini game, bro, the way they're coming in like this. And later I also popped an invisibility potion, which if you didn't know, decreases enemy spawn rates. And once we found the biome, I threw spider walls in there, which then gave me infested spider walls. Now, what's so special about these walls? You know, are they for decoration? No, they're not. With these walls, we could put them in our farm and spiders spawn exactly where the walls are. And that way we could farm up spider fangs and get free spider armor without taking any risks. Also, while fishing, we did get enough orichalcum to make an orichalcum anvil. So that way we could actually craft all this junk. And things were looking good. Now we got these dudes. And whatever that is. Alright, so now with all this stuff, we were in a pretty good position. I actually used the frost core and the souls of light and night to make the cool whip. And it was finally time to take on some bosses, but I definitely needed to do some upgrades to like my arena. This is my go-to arena right now. It's a mob-proof arena using background walls so enemies can't spawn. But this thing is going to be way too small if we want to fight the mechanical bosses. So we were going to need to do some work. I started by going to my desert to farm for sand. Which I'm surprised didn't get me killed. How many elementals are there? I had to wait until the storm was over and just use the dynamite in the minecart track to get the stuff. But then I started expanding my arena out. I used the sand and turned it into glass walls, which were going to be used for the background. That way, if we somehow actually get to Moonlord, we can see him when we fight him. Because otherwise, he's going to look something like this. My minions handled these mobs like pretty well. I'm glad I went for summoner. It was a good move. Unfortunately, my spiders can't decipher between slimes and corruptors, so my little slimy buddies were being murdered, but it's a price to pay. And this whole building process really reminded me how good banners are, because they reduce enemy damage and defense, so I'll definitely be using those more. But once it was done, I set up a cheeky little nurse in the middle and linked up teleporters to 2 separate boxes on either side of the arena, which was going to be my strategy to beat the destroyer. I also farmed for wraith banners because wraiths can just go straight through the arena. But other than that, it was just all up to us. Don't suck. There we go. Heal. By the way, we're fighting the destroyer first for the obvious reason that he's the easiest out of all 3 mech bosses. This isn't cheap. This isn't cheap at all. This is a pro strategy. This is what the 30 times enemy spawner challenge is all about. So I continued the same little strategy, a bit cheesy where I just teleported away every time he got close. But things got chaotic quick. I'm gonna set up some more clouds. Oh, okay. This is where things get spicy. The destroyer was only half HP and now we had no way of healing, while we're also using one of the lowest defense classes in the game. Luckily, we had the cool whip and the nimbus clouds, which are 2 of the greatest weapons versus the destroyer. So it basically balanced out, and with a couple quick maneuvers by me, we were gonna beat him. Final damage. Dash into him. There we go. Oh, we got an outfit too? Ew, dude, what outfit did I just get? Ew, bro. I actually like this though. I'm gonna use this. Alright, for the next like couple minutes, I only recorded audio and not the actual footage for some reason. You know, stupid OBS just messed up. So I basically had to react everything out that just happened while I go back and edit in audio from the actual footage. It's unfortunate, but that's what happened. Alright, so my goal is to take out the other 2 mechanical bosses as fast as possible. So I want to make the Mega Shark, which is just made with the materials gotten from the Destroyer, along with a couple other spare parts. But the main ingredient we didn't have was shark fins, and unfortunately both my ocean biomes are corrupted. Alright, that's corrupted, and this one is also corrupted. However, while at spawn, I noticed the steampunker now moved in. Oh, I think I'll get one of those. All right, well, that solves my problem. Then I sprayed down my beach biome and started farming for sharks. Give me saving the wildlife, dude. Which did not take long at all. So we made the mega shark, and then I also uncorrupted my arena, because why not? Cherry picked some crystal shards around my mob farm, which I used for crystal bullets. And to prepare for the mechanical eye fight, I got rid of the nurse area in the middle, and instead connected up the wires from each teleporter on the left and right. That way we could just teleport back and forth for this fight. I'm not gonna lie, I was real nervous about this fight. I'm shitting bricks, bro. But we accidentally hit the mother load. Turns out these guys couldn't even touch me whatsoever, and I just shoot in one direction, teleporting back and forth. Oh, dude, that damage is crazy. Which killed Spasmatism real quick. I don't even need the nurse, bro. I'm good on that. And sent the laser dude to a second phase. And this is where it gets even more cheap. Wait, she can't even hit me. I don't know why it's a she, but yeah. So he would just hover outside while my minions would kill him. Oh, I thought this fight would be difficult. I really did. So the last mech boss we had to beat was Skeletron Prime now, and I decided to just go right for it. Unfortunately, I only recorded audio for this fight, but I think the audio will get the point across. Yo! Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, I almost got my ass kicked, so I'm not going to reenact that out. But what I will show you is how I overcame this hurdle and fought him the second time and completely wrecked him. So first of all, we were going to need a lot more damage, so I switched to Ranger class. Also threw in the Ranger emblem. And then I expanded my arena out in a wide strip that I completely made mob-proof and see-through. Smacked teleporters on either end, and we were ready. Only problem is you don't really know where to shoot. But what did I do to fix this problem? I used my map overlay. And just by lining my cursor up to where Skeletron is in the map, the shots hit. I mean, I feel like I'm aimbotting. And the only reason I knew this trick is because I learned it from Wexel Radley, the amazing hardcore co-op YouTuber.
I'm amazing.
And Skeletron was clapped up. But now that all three mech bosses are defeated, a new stage of the game was unlocked. That new stage being... the jungle.
What?
Yep, the hard mode jungle, hardcore player's worst nightmare, where I'd spend most of this challenge absolutely terrified. Anyways, after fighting all the mechanical bosses twice because I lost the footage, I opened the extra goodie bags and I got some cool drops. Hey, we got wings from the bag. It's actually so cheap, I didn't even have to like fight a wyvern at all. But now we had no other option but to scout out the jungle at least and try to come up with a plan and hopefully let us take it out. Oh my gosh. Already? Alright, oh my gosh, they follow me. Like they're following me out of the jungle. I don't know how much damage these guys do, but okay, sucker. I flew over the jungle with recall potions in hand. I scouted out the area and I came up with a strategy. The strategy was we would do the same thing we did in the beginning of the video where we blow up a huge area, only this time we're also going to bring NPCs down with us to decrease the enemy spawn rates as we go down for maximum security. And while down there we'd get life fruits, chlorophyte, and eventually fight Plantera. But first, let's just get a base house set up. Alright. Alright, so I started building my first house 200 meters in the sky to avoid the creatures on the ground, but they weren't messing around. Alright. These guys were getting stretchy. I know they wanted my ass, and they wanted it now. But I added in the NPCs, which immediately lowered the enemy spawn rates, and I started blowing up the area. And of course, building more houses as I went. Gotta use the materials we got, bro. Placing my little NPC buddies in here, who eventually were eaten. Hey! Rest in peace. However, that wasn't actually my main concern. The fact that I could die at any moment is definitely the worst part. Because, you know, I'm always trying to make a good video. I don't like making videos that are disappointing, you know? I think if I just die now, that would be kind of disappointing. And that's why I am playing like a Anyways, a blood moon happened which locked me in my house, so I used this as an opportunity to farm for jungle banners, which was pretty easy in the blood moon. That's actually illegal. But after that, I did my original strategy, just making NPC houses, blowing stuff up, and repeating. And although this was like the safest option I had, it wasn't safe by any means. I mean, it was actually extremely dangerous. Gotta say, the thing that helped me the most is I bought the jungle pylon, and that was just like a nice cheap way to teleport away from all the mobs anytime I wanted, but also it despawned all the mobs once I left, which helped me a lot to mine chlorophyte. And because there was so much of this stuff everywhere, I was actually able to use this to enchant my bullets, making them now seek out their enemies when I shoot them. And I also made turtle armor, which is a massive upgrade. Okay, now I think we're ready for the jungle a little bit more. Alright, so we got NPCs here, here, and here. So this whole area should be extremely peaceful. Like, I mean, look, bro, we got birds and stuff. It's beautiful out here. Alright, so I'm gonna try to get like an arena going around here, which means the first thing we need is background walls. And I just thought I'd show you guys, like, there's no magic builder potion for this stuff. Anytime I have to make an arena in this challenge, it takes a long time. So just know I'm not snapping my fingers and getting through it. You know, I felt this one. Alright, arena's done for the most part. Even got a little door and a tunnel all the way to this Plantera bulb I found. But you might notice my health. I don't have life crystals. That's like the main problem. I mean life roots. And actually collecting them seems like it would be pretty difficult. So instead, I'm going to build a farm inside of my arena. Some grass seeds on it. And eventually a bunch of herbs and junk will spawn here. And hopefully I can get like, I don't know, like 5 life crystals from this. And then we'll try the Plantera fight. All right, she's done. Yeah, so I started waiting in this farm for my little life roots to hopefully grow around me. And the footage is currently sped up to 50%. And after 20 minutes, there was nothing. All right, are you serious? So to actually get life roots, we had to go explore the jungle. And I can't believe I'm saying that. All right, already, I see a life root down there, so I'm gonna get that. One down. Unfortunately, the rest weren't going to be so easy because the further you get away from your NPCs, the more hostile mobs spawn. Just gotta be fast. Okay, no. And unfortunately for me, the jungle kind of lured me in. With the life root I saw on the side of my arena, which led to another life root. This is going wonderful. And I was pulled into the deep jungle. And this is where stuff starts getting a little bit worse. Hey, buddy. This is not a place you want to be in this challenge. And as I tried to go back, mobs filled my exit, and I was already trapped. Alright, yeah, it is getting a little bit more difficult. As my hunter and splunker potion were the only things guiding me through the jungle, I just mined aimlessly, trying to spot some life fruits and avoid these enemies. But as I'd realized, there just really isn't any escape in here. Dude, they're not even letting me leave. Alright, we're going up. We can't stay in one area too long because then enemies just start spawning all around you. Yup, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not moving quick enough. They started invading your tunnel and just blocking your ways out. I found that using dynamite was the only thing that consistently got me out of these situations, which was a bit surprising. That actually worked. Also, my farm actually grew a life root. I thought maybe they weren't gonna grow, so that was cool. But here's the thing about the jungle, guys. More often than not, things just always lead to death. Knockback. Like, no matter what it is. Minecart track. Hold up, might be onto something. Okay, I'm dead. I was pretty fortunate. None of these things actually killed me. So I took what I could get. I only got like 6-7 life crystals maybe. And I figured it'd be better just to wait and use my farm or just fight Plantera without max HP. Also, another blood moon happened, which trapped me underground. So I took this as an opportunity to start setting up teleporters in my arena. We weren't going to cheese Plantera like we did to the mech bosses, but I did just want teleporters in every corner so we could escape if she ever pinned us against like a wall. But yeah, after that, I was getting a little impatient. So I decided to just destroy the farm and take on Plantera now. You know, I didn't want to wait along and have a solar eclipse happen or a pirate invasion come, so I was just gonna fight her now with the mini shark and chlorophyte bullets, and I'll show you how that goes. Yep. Alright, so the plan was Plantera's gonna shoot these little projectiles in her first stage, and I just run around her teleporting to avoid them. But she already put a hole in my plan pretty quick, because she's putting her tentacles all over my teleporters. Just putting those little tentacle cloppers on the teleporters sometimes, so that was free damage she would get on me. But for the most part, I could dodge decently, except later on in this phase, she starts shooting spiky balls that bounce on the bottom layer, and those things do a lot of damage. Alright, she's shooting the spiky balls now, which are her best attack. And you know what's kind of funny? In all these fights, there's always enemies outside my arena watching, so I kind of feel like I'm in like a coliseum, dude, with like people cheering me on. Or I guess in this case, they want me to lose. And that's exactly what happened. Dude, her cloppers on the TP. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to bail here. I'm poisoned. Woo. Alright, so I'm actually glad I lost that fight because I forgot a key important thing we needed to do before beating Plantera, and that's finding our biome chests, which would be a lot harder to get once we kill Plantera and the spirits are released in the dungeon. So I went to the dungeon to find these chests and mark them on my map, so we'd at least know where they are. Now, the chests I really cared about were the hollow chest and the corrupted chest, both offering some perfect weapons for this challenge. And with the hollow chest basically found at the surface, or hollow chest, hold up, we only have the corruption chest to find. Excuse me, y'all. If you don't mind, just need to get through here. They don't seem to do any damage, so I'm chilling. Gosh. I know these chests are around here somewhere. Dude, I can't imagine what it's gonna be like on, like, the hard mode dungeon, bro. Oh, corruption chest. That's huge. With both chests now found and marked on my map, I actually went back to the jungle to face Plantera again. We didn't actually prepare any more. We're just kind of hoping that I don't suck as much this time. I mean, I brought a couple extra potions. But really, this fight was just all up to me. I had to beat her. Getting more life roots was going to be way too dangerous. And I had one shot at this. That's exactly where she spawned. And it turns out I was actually doing a lot better. I think learning her patterns the first time actually helped me a lot to be able to dodge her and whatnot. However, the increased enemy spawn rate had more of an effect on this fight than the last one. Dude, there's animals coming in. Yeah, I don't know why I called them animals, but some of the man-eaters were going through the walls and grabbing me. Or they're not here anymore. But overall, this was a clean fight, and we managed to do pretty good on Plantera. Last 100 damage, and there it is. Woo! Which means we're going back to the dungeon. Of course, we grabbed our biome keys out of our chests, which the hollowed one we got from our farm, and the corrupted one we actually got when making the arena to fight the mechanical bosses, which I forgot to show actually. But yeah, the hollow chest was close to the surface, so I previously had dug a tunnel down, and I just went down there to get the chest. And of course, someone was in the little box I made. Yeah, dude, bro just had to spawn inside. Blocks. But yeah, we got the weapon, the rainbow gun. But the peace was very short-lived. Our pirate invasion was now approaching from the east. If you guys have seen episode 1 in this series, I accidentally logged onto a hard mode world while in pre-hard mode, and we saw the pirate invasion. This event could easily kill me. So I just made a box. I think we could take them. I'm gonna set up camp up here, I think. If I hide in a box, I should be fine. Not actually as much of a big deal. Unless, of course, the evasion comes when I'm not in the box. And then I'm not able to get in the box. Why are they in my box? Then things would be pretty bad. They're quick as... This is not good. We need to get underground. This is... okay, our lava arena. Try to use that. Right, my gun will take care of the ones in the air. Lava will take care of the ones on the ground. Oh, no, but they shoot up. We'll try to get back to that box. But luckily, I did get back to my safe little box. And this was actually a great time to test out my rainbow gun and see what it's capable of. Rainbow gun down there. Oh, I can. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, with the pirate invasion out of the way, I went back to the dungeon to get the corruption chest. We have to just grab it, dude. These guys don't do too much damage. Yeah, that actually worked perfect. But anyways, we are on the final stretch of bosses, with only 3 remaining, before I'm crowned the best Terraria player in the universe. And I was ready, dude. It's been a long time coming. So I went to the jungle to find the temple for Golem. Oh my gosh, this thing could be like here, here, here. Which I surprisingly found pretty quick. I was very lucky. Oh, we found it. However, I was not going inside of that thing. If you thought I was going through there with all those traps and all those mobs, no, I definitely not. I actually went back to the hollowed biome and farmed for the Rod of Discord so I could just teleport in right where the boss room is and just make my arena. Rod of Discord took a while to get, but, you know, the enemies are spawning so much, it was bound to happen. Hey, there it is. So anyways, we got that, teleported in, and started setting up our arena. Ended up putting my jungle pylon down there and setting up NPCs to lower the spawn rates. And by the way, Golem would drop beetle husks, which I can combine with my turtle armor to get the beetle armor, which is the next armor I want to go for. My plan was to use the rainbow gun and the nimbus clouds to just do extra damage while I use the scourge of the corruptor, flying around dodging him and stuff. Golem is like a unique boss. He's either extremely difficult or just the easiest boss ever. And for this fight, like, it wasn't even a fight. I mean, this guy like literally sucks. Does he get harder though? I don't know, because if he doesn't, this is gonna be extremely easy. Rainbow. How did we manage just to beat Golem without going below like full HP? Matter of fact, he's not even gonna get one of those like transition effects I do every time I beat a boss. Like this dude is just a whole joke. But that was the end of my glory. Thinking I was moments away from beating this challenge, I traveled to the Skylands hoping I can get calming potions, but I did not get what I was seeking. Instead, something much worse. Oh wait! That's bad. I'm dead. I actually just died. Ew, dude, what outfit did I just get? Oh my gosh, they follow me. Like they're following me out of the jungle. The fact that I could die at any moment is definitely the worst part. The rainbow gun. Died.